Well, 2021 is behind us and we are right here in 2022. So today we're going to do something a little different in this video. We're going to talk about a short history of RPG Elite in 2021 or leading up to 2021. And then I'm going to lay out what the tentative plans are for 2022 as well as a couple of other things. So, as back in the day, Tone Loc would say, let's do it. Happy New Year and welcome to RPG Elite, where we put the RP back into RPG, giving you tools, tips, tutorials, tacos, tortillas, takeout. I'm just trying to come up with like a whole bunch of T's. I can't think of any more right now. Giving you tools, tips, and tutorials. How to make your RPG, see, now I don't know how to talk. Let me do that again. Tools, tips, and tutorials on how to make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. Messing around here. Today, I'm going to do something a little different. It's just going to be me here speaking to you there, viewer. And we're going to talk a little bit. Most of this is going to be off the top of the mind. I've got my notes here that I'm going to be reading off of, but 90% of what I'm going to say here is just off the cuff because I just remember this stuff sometimes, and whatever else will, kind of strikes me in the moment. Okay, so first things is, if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. For all you returning folks, what up? Good to see you. So let's move on. Where to begin? Let's begin at the beginning. So RPG Elite is a relatively new channel. It's newer than you think. It's newer than you think from the videos that have been posted. So let me break it down for you. So back in 2019, I started this channel. This channel was created, and I created this channel to do some skirmish VTT tutorials. And I was doing that just for fun, really, just kind of a side thing that I was doing because I had found the VTT and I was running a game in the VTT. For those of you who don't know, VTT means virtual tabletop. So we're running Gamma World in skirmish, and I'm enjoying it. It's free and the whole nine. So I said, well, let me do some videos. So I started some videos and I started liking it. And I thought I was going to do some more, but life happened, whatever. And so I did a couple up to like March or so, maybe April, and then I stopped. And then it was a whole lot of nothing until 2020. In the beginning of 2020, I started doing more videos. And I did some videos, I think up into, as late as May. I have to look back at it. And then I stopped again. And then I did a couple more videos in the year. So I did more videos in 2020 than I did in 2019, but I still wasn't serious. This was just kind of still a side thing that I was doing, nothing serious. So fast forward to 2021, and around May, and we are in a Numenera campaign. And I began to do some research on YouTube because I was watching a lot of YouTube at that time. And I came across some videos that were talking about these people who say, I'm doing, YouTube full time. And I'm like, what? What's going on here? So my brothers got to find out what's going on. So I started doing research. And I took about 3 months, a little over 3 months to do research, read articles, watch a ton of videos, take notes, the whole nine. That is when I decided, I think I'm going to try to do this thing like for real. Like for real, for real. So officially, it was August 25th of 2021 where RPG Elite began on force. And the original plan was to come out with just one video a week. At just one video. If I can put together one video a week, that'll be good. But something happened. I started to really enjoy the different aspects of video production. I started to enjoy video editing. I still enjoy it. I enjoy this part right here that I'm talking to you guys or whatever. This is a small part of it. You know, most of these things on a video is the video editing portion, which I really enjoyed, which was weird. I didn't think I would. And so I'm thinking, I can do this. I like this. So I added another video. So it was 2 videos a week. And I did 2 videos, sometimes 1 video, but I started doing 2 videos and I enjoyed it and liked it. Then about the beginning of November was my last video. And then, well, it happened. I got COVID. And so for the month of November, a brother is out of commission. But I didn't want people who maybe had come through, browse my channel to be like, oh man, wish the guy would just get serious about this. Here he goes again. He's off. So I made a video explaining what was up right here. I'm going to move it over. Should be right here, that card. And I made a video, and it was just an update video letting people know, hey, I'm still doing this. I'm serious about it. A brother, he was sick, for real, but I am going to do this. In December, you saw me put out a slew of videos in December, and here we are, January 2021. So, where do we go from here? Well, before I get into that, I wanted to explain how I've set things up on the channel, because when I had done that research, I did a ton of stuff. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me go get the sheet. I'm going to go get the sheet of the stuff that I had written down for my plan. My kind of like, it's not a business plan per se, but just hold on a second. Okay, here we go. It took me a minute to go and find this thing. It wasn't where I thought it was. Okay, so right here is the sheet where I wrote down everything, answer the questions, who's the channel for, what problem does it solve, how's your channel different. I did some little circle things as far as ideas, and I came up with 2 ideas for 2 channels, and I wrote it all out. And in that, especially in the part where it says, well, how are you different? And I had to ask the question, how am I different? And that's when I came up with the idea for the RPG series, which I do. Now, for some of you who are not familiar, you need to go to the Gamma World series, which I'm doing right now. So you can click up on that playlist right here. Go to that series, because that is the beginning of something that I will continue to do on this channel. And that is a deep dive into the systems and mechanics of different classic RPGs. Now, why do I do things like that? Well, there's a method to my madness, folks. I'm not just doing things off the cut, because I like to be like 5 steps ahead. That's why right now I have a schedule. I'm scheduled all the way out to June. By the end of the day today, that'll be August, which is what makes me feel comfortable. I know Mark Rober, he schedules his stuff a year in advance. I don't know if I want to go that far. Maybe 9-10 months, something like that. But I like to be far enough out to where I'm not thinking about what my next video is going to be. I know what my next video is going to be. So when going back to what I wanted to talk about, so when asking the question of what I do different, I came up with the RPG series. Your question may be, why do you do that? Why do you do these series in this way? Well, I came up with 4 reasons why. 4 reasons why. I'm gonna put it up in front of my face again, because so you don't have to see my ugly mug. 4, okay. 4 reasons why I go into deep dives of these classic RPGs in this way. So I'm gonna grab this and let's get started. Reason number 1, so new players will know whether or not they want to plunk down money for the game. You know how it is. GM gets the game, or one player gets the game and be like, hey, we should really play this game, right? We're like, okay, cool. And then we go, oh man, shoot, $65 for a book? I don't know if I got the extra Skrilla for that. I don't even know if I like that game. Do I really want to go out and get that game? Well, with a series and how I do these series, people can just come straight to the channel, watch all the videos, and then decide, okay, I want the game, I don't want the game, but you will know for sure what the whole game is about before you put down a dime. That's why I'm doing the Gamma World series right now, and then I've got my affiliate links, which will take you to Drive-Thru RPG if you like what you are hearing in the videos and you want to try out the game. And plus, they're cheap. They're like $5 now, as a PDF, of course. Let's get to reason number 2. To expose GMs and players to different RPGs. Maybe you're trying to go in a different direction, want to take a break, and guys are trying to decide what RPG that you want to go into. Well, instead of going into a game that you don't know much about, you can come here and find out about whatever game I've done a series on and see if you and your players will want to play that game. And that way, everybody is seeing the same information, GM and players alike. And then everybody can decide whether or not it's something that they want to get into. So there's another reason for you. Third reason why I go into these deep dives: to get players up to speed who may be in a campaign and are unfamiliar with the system. Right now, there's usually one person, the GM, maybe one other person, that has the core book. And so what needs to happen during a session is that you have to explain a rule here, a rule there. You have to explain this and that. Well, instead of doing that, now if you want, or if you're playing one of the games that I'm covering, all you need to do as a GM is go, hey, go watch this series here. It tells you everything you need to know, all the great basics about the game. And then you will find this out. Or if you've already decided this is a game that you want to go into, then going through this series beforehand is going to save you a whole lot of time of trying to explain things during the session. It just saves time where you guys can play more. And so the simple thing a GM can do is going to save you time, GM, because you'll be able to focus on the game instead of actually explaining things to people even ahead of time, because you have to do that as well. And the fourth reason is just as an alternative source for the core books, or even as a companion to the core books, because I give some tips and stuff in the video series that you don't find in the core books. And so if you want another companion to really get down and dirty into the mechanics and so forth of an RPG, well, whoop, there it is. You'll be more well versed in that game. So those are my 4 reasons, or my reasons, on why I go into these deep dives. It's a lot of fun, and it just helps you. In the long run, it is just going to help you, because I'm going to be covering games a lot of you have never heard of. I know some of you younger cats ain't never heard of some of these games. And there were some that I had never heard of, and I've been doing this for what, 30 plus years, 35 years, something crazy like that. So if that's the case, then you know there are some that you have not heard of as well. Now, with each of these series, we cap each of these series with a session, putting it all together of all those mechanics and everything. We put together an RPG session, and what is it, 3-4 hours, and then you can see it all in action. And that's how we'll do things. That's how we do it here. So that was my plan and how I'm setting up these series. We haven't gotten to the end of our first series yet, but I counted how many videos it's going to be because it's on schedule. 19 videos for Gamma World. 19. I'm not saying that it's going to be that long for every game, but man, that is a lot of videos. Lots of videos, folks. So for 2022, RPG Elite, the new fledgling RPG channel, what do we got planned? What's the plan, Stan? All right, well, as far as the series is concerned, I'm just going to talk about series first. Let's do that. The first series is, of course, Gamma World, because we're still not done with that. So we're going to finish the Gamma World series and cap it off, like I said, with a full session highlighting most of the mechanics that we covered in the series. And the next one after that is going to be the original Top Secret RPG. First edition, baby. We're going to cover that, and that one was real simple. It will not be as long. I think there's only like 4, 5, 6 videos, something like that. And then we're gonna, again, cap it off with a full play session. Then next after that is one that I have been waiting for quite a long time. You don't know how long, folks. It will be Traveler. And this is the 1983 starter set edition. Now there's a couple different versions, the classic Traveler, all the rest of that stuff. I'm going straight out the box because I actually have that game straight out the box. And that's the version that I have. So I wanted to cover the one that I have in particular. I'll show it to you sometime. Well, shoot, let me show it to you right now. All right, so here's my version, right? This is my old version right here. It's coming apart at the seams right there. Here's the charge table. And that's the one that we are going to do this year. Probably around June, I think that is when we are going to start Traveler, I believe, somewhere around there. And I'm not sure how many videos we got for that, but it's going to be quite a few. I'm looking at the rules right now, and it looks like it's going to be quite a few. Then, after Traveler, I'm going to delve into Game Designers Workshop classic game Dark Conspiracy. I'm going to do that a little bit. And then if that doesn't take us into the end of the year, we'll probably just be starting our last RPG for the year, our RPG series, Golden Heroes, which is one that I totally forgot. I saw that game back in the day on the shelf and I just totally forgot about it. I had to do a whole bunch of research on these games. I will shout out to RPG Reddit. They gave me a whole bunch of suggestions and, you know, sparked my memory of a whole bunch of classic games that I had forgotten about. I added like 10 more games to the list. I got a couple years worth of content as far as the series is concerned. It's wild, y'all, and I'm excited. So God willing, we're gonna just keep pushing through and keep this going. Got a lot of good stuff coming. A lot of good stuff coming. All right. Well, I think that just about does it. So I just wanted to let you guys know I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be right here. Unless, of course, the Lord takes me home. And then at that point, well, we're just done. There ain't nothing you can do about that. But I don't plan on going anywhere, y'all. So, you know what I'm going to do? I got to get out of here. I got to get to work. I got videos to make, y'all. My brother's got to exit stage left. So until next time, you know how we do it. Say it with me now. Happy gaming. Boom.